Hi everybody. So in this video I'm gonna introduce no, I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay, all right. Yo, sometimes when I bring this, okay, I'm not even gonna talk about that either. All right, okay. What should I talk about then? Okay, what should I talk about? Okay, now see how it will happen sometimes. Okay, I can't talk about that either. Okay, all right. So let's see. What should I talk about? I was going to talk about something, but I can't talk about that. So let's see. What should I talk about? We are living in dark times, people. We are living in very dark times. Okay? And as it is characteristic of every dark time, there are the crazy ones who are talking about that we're living in dark times, and then there's the other people who don't believe we're living in dark times, and then there's the other group of people who are making sure the dark time is continuous, or is happening, or that the dark time stays what's the word I'm trying to use, that the dark time continues. Okay, the reason being is that you don't believe, like when I'm talking about certain things that I talk about. Some of you think this woman is out of her mind. Some of you think, what the fuck is she talking about? The reason a lot of you don't understand it is because you don't understand it. But if you look around you, you will see the evidence of the dark times we are living in. You will see the evidence of it. I don't have to tell you, you see. Okay? So, the first thing you got to understand is that the purpose of darkness isn't to overwhelm anybody. Darkness has a spiritual purpose. That's why there is darkness. The role of darkness isn't just to bring evil to the world or to make everybody evil. No. The role of darkness is to make you choose the light. Give you the choice. Because if there's no darkness, there can't be any light, right? If there's no darkness, then you don't have the choice to choose the light. You have to choose the light. And besides that, darkness is not something that is out here acting on its own without human contribution. The only way darkness happens is that human beings allow themselves to become channels of darkness. There's no way darkness can manifest evil into the world if it's not happening through a human being. Through a human being who has chosen darkness over light. There's no way darkness can rule over you if you have not chosen that to happen. Period. Understand? So when we say we're living in dark times, what we mean is that we're living in a time where darkness is more powerful and more stronger. And why is that? Because more people are allowing themselves to be conduits or channels through which darkness manifests as evil into the world. A lot of people are allowing themselves to be conduits of darkness, because without human beings allowing themselves to be participants and to be instruments through which darkness manifests as evil into the world, there can't be any darkness. If darkness comes to you, right, and you choose light, you didn't choose the darkness. I had a conversation with Jesus the other day, with Christ, and it was 3-4 days ago. I can't remember exactly what day. You know, I curse all the time, right? I curse, I call people names, I call, and he said quietly, you don't call people names, don't curse people anymore, because people are precious, because people need to know that they are loved, no matter where they are or at the point in their life they are. You cannot speak anything that is not nobling or that is not elevating to the human. And I understood. And since then, I have never called anybody any word. Because I was not aware of it, I was allowing darkness to come through me until that was known until that was brought to my conscious awareness. Okay? So, you have to understand that you choose darkness. Darkness doesn't choose you. You choose it. And so what I've done up to this point in my life was that I thought and I decided that I was not going to be interested in darkness. In other words, because there's a passage in the Bible that says, avoid all appearance of evil. It didn't even say avoid, it said eschew in the King James, all appearance of evil. And that's how I've always lived my life. I have always just stayed away from anything that was not Christ-like. And I never really concerned myself with darkness, because I figured that as long I don't give a shit what darkness is doing or what darkness is happening in the world, as long as I focus on Christ and focus on the light, that's all I need to know. What the light is doing and what that's all I need to know. But as I began, veered into this path, that I'm here now, which I don't know exactly how I got here, but as I veered into this path, I realized that it was important to know there are works of the darkness, not necessarily because you want to participate in it, but because you want to know what they are doing and what their system is and how they are doing it, just so you inform yourself and just so you inform other people. So now that causes me to now start looking at, okay, let's see what is going on here. What are they doing and why are they doing it? Because you have to get to the point where you are trying to understand what their MO is. Because without understanding what their MO is, you fall prey into it. I was at work one day. I haven't had a TV for a long time. So I don't watch TV. But sometimes when I'm working, they have TV in the patient's rooms. And I was told, stay away from the looking. Either the word is looking glass or looking mirror, one of them. And at first I thought it's strange that the word looking glass or looking mirror was used. And then I realized that I was being told to stay, not even look at the TV for the few minutes that I look at it when I'm working. Because you gotta understand that the TV began as a form of mass control. TV is actually, what am I looking at? Oh, what is coming is catching. TV is actually a form of mass control. And when you are trying to control people, what is that? What is the word for controlling people? That's witchcraft, right? That's abuse of power. Because when you try to control people, you are trying to impinge on their free will. Okay, and that is how darkness works. Because darkness wants to control and dominate. Light wants to inform, not control and dominate. So you gotta understand that every time you turn on the TV and you are laughing at the joke on TV, your threshold is being lowered and subliminal information is being planted in there. That's why there are two different realities: the reality of the world as shown on TV and the reality of the world as is. And as long as you are allowing yourself to be fed information from what is being shown on TV, you are not aware of the reality of the world as it is. Therefore, you are also not aware of the reality of yourself as it is, as you are. Does that make sense? So when we're talking about dark times, you gotta understand that darkness can only reign because people allow themselves to be used to pour that darkness into the world. There's no way darkness can exist in the world. There's no way evil can exist in the world if people are not doing it. So people are choosing darkness over light. That's why we have what we have. That's why the world is the way the world is. And because people have so chosen darkness for such a long time that they've actually lost awareness of the light, the world is going to get darker and darker and darker. And I used to wish that I wasn't going to be here when it happens. That used to be my prayer, but I think that we're moving at a rate that is exponentially faster than any of us imagined. So here I am, and here you are. So all I do on this platform is to give you information. What you choose to do with that information is up to you. It's not my job to save the world. Like my man said to me this morning, I can't save the world. But what my job is to shine the light into the world. And when I shine the light into the world and I give you certain information, it's up to you to do with that information what you please. That's my job, just to give the information, to bring